Paul met Jesus walking on a road to Damascus. He had an encounter. And I think a big problem for a lot of people is they live vicariously their spiritual life through the experiences of other people. See, they've never really met Jesus. They don't really know who He is. They know about Him the same way that we know about a lot of historical figures. But until you connect with Him like Paul connected with Him in a real way, then you tend to live through other people's experience and hope that maybe it's just true. And that's why when suffering comes, we lose heart. Because we don't really believe it. But I can tell you, I believe it. I've seen it in my life. I've seen it. I know Jesus. And there's no way... listen, this isn't all there is. I believe this, every word of it. And there's nothing, I don't care what discovery they tell me they find. I don't care what... This has been proved true. I'm 54 in September. And I have never yet seen anything disproven here in this Word. But I believe they're going to try to discredit it. I think the enemy's going to try to continue to discredit it. And he's going about it slowly and methodically so that now, do you know that like 50-60% of the kids in this country under 30, and I say kids, but I mean you're adults, but under 30 believe that homosexuality is okay. Let people get married. Because they don't know the Word. They don't know the view of God. Does God love people? Yes, but He hates sin. He hates sin. And yes, there are other sins that are just as bad. But the issue is not the sin in that case. The issue is people don't know what Romans said in Romans 1. When Romans 1 talks about the whole issue of homosexuality, it is a judgment. It's a judgment against people. When you reach that point, and then the next stage in the judgment is to turn people over to a reprobate mind to say that they even approve of it. And that's where we are as a country. Where people are saying, oh, it's okay, it's not a big deal. It is a big deal. It would be a big deal. Can you imagine? Hey, you know what? Adultery's okay. Let's just make that a protected class too. Murder's a protected class. Anybody who commits murder is really okay. We wouldn't do that with anything else. But if you go back and you read Romans 1, you see that God has a very different view, but people don't know the Word. They're so concerned with the physical, they don't think about the spiritual implications of what's going on. And that's what concerns me about our country. It's not that somebody is doing a homosexual act. It's the reprobate mind judgment of God that He's turned us over to. And it should make us sad as Christians. It should make us weep. Weep that we have come to the place that the church has become so ineffective in telling people about Jesus and sharing His gospel that as a country we think this stuff is okay. That's what should make us weep. But we don't care about the spiritual. Tommy did, oh. He focused on the spiritual. Even though his body was dying, he was encouraging. And you can too. You can endure if you remember God always cares about the spiritual over the physical. Well,